If you missed Tuesday night's Race Chat Live, you missed the RCL crew discussing Joe Gibbs Racing selling minority stake. Listen in.
It's a great time to mention this about Joe Gibbs Racing. Joe Gibbs Racing actually sold a minority stake to. Well, can we get that? Can we get that real quick, Jamie? Can we get that? Can we get that article sent? Tess, do you have? Can you pull that up? I don't know if y'all got the Joe Rogan reference, but you gotta listen to Joe Rogan. There was actually a sale. So this is like a merger. This is a sale. This is, I believe, an investment firm that Joe Gibbs has now sold a minority stake of Joe Gibbs Racing to this group of investors, and in return, he now has received ownership in an NBA team and I believe an NHL team through this same firm.
Right.
It's just very, very interesting, and it should show us the signs and the times of, well, there's only a limited amount of charters to buy, so how many people can we cram on this ticket? And I think that that's going to be the route that you see Junior Motorsports go when they come up to Cup racing. We've seen how Denny Hamlin's team is kind of a sideshow of Joe Gibbs Racing, but at the same time they have Curtis Polk and Michael Jordan who's calling the shots. Denny Hamlin's no longer relying on Joe Gibbs for a pit crew, so there is some separation. But I believe what's happened here is, as I said before, Toyota figured out that all their eggs were in one basket, and they needed to have multiple satellites. And I feel like Eric Jones is in a catbird seat for this new arrangement coming next year, Miss Lee.
And for what it's worth, part of what Joe Gibbs got in that deal was a part ownership in the Washington Commanders. And is that not the team that Joe Gibbs coached?
Yes.
I could be wrong. I don't know.
Yes.
I don't follow football that much.
Yes.
But
it was the Washington Redskins that are now known as the Washington Commanders, which there is an issue with that as well. Yeah. Because do you have that article pulled up yet?
Check the feed.
I've got an article here. Says the deal announced Tuesday says Joe Gibbs Racing has received a significant investment from Harris Blitzer Sports and Entertainment for the minority stake in the team. Gibbs, meanwhile, will become a limited partner in Harris Blitzer Sports and Entertainment, pending approval by the NBA and NHL. Blitzer owns the 76ers, the NHL's New Jersey Devils, and Josh Harris, the founder, is the head of the ownership group for the Commanders. So, basically, Coach Joe is diversifying.
Right. Protecting his investment for later on. And that could open the door, of course, for somebody else to buy into the Joe Gibbs race team. And what we're seeing here is not unprecedented. We've seen it with Fenway years ago, right? Fenway, of course, comes from Boston. The guy by the name of John Henry owns the Boston Red Sox, where that became the name Roush Fenway Racing. So, these investment firms have become a popularity. If anybody's been following the Live Golf Tour, you kind of probably have your own opinion on how these investment firms run and what they're utilized for. But, hey, it's an opportunity for Joe Gibbs Racing to grow and possibly, be a mainstay in NASCAR for a very long time, at least even if it's just a small piece later on down the road. Because the big question mark with Joe Gibbs Racing, I think we all know this, Joe Gibbs is up in age. He's done lost both of his sons, and his grandson is a racer. So there's a lot hanging on the line here. If Ty Gibbs is not successful as a racer, I think Joe Gibbs has really put a lot into getting his grandson in NASCAR. You could see an organization like Richard Childress with Austin Dillon at the head of the helm. You would see a similar situation happen at Joe Gibbs.